side that picked up that dramatic 4-2 victory here 21 days ago against Real Madrid in the last game in the league phase of the Champions League, securing their place into the knockout stage, courtesy of a certain goalkeeper that I'm sure whose name you've heard far and wide since the 98th minute on the 28th of January. That change coming in by the way of Rafa Silva. He will step into the lineup in place of Georgij Sudakov, with Rafa Silva making a dramatic return to Benfica from his time spent at Besiktas, from the Black Eagles of Istanbul to the Eagles of Lisbon. The bird doesn't fly too far from this nest with Rafa Silva. 8 seasons here before the move to Istanbul, and his last goal in the Champions League back on the 12th of May 2024. They will be hoping that he can find those old goal-scoring boots of his to try and give them some hope before going to the ever-present difficult scenario in the surroundings of the Santiago Bernabeu in the Spanish capital. So the hero from that game, Truban, holds his place between the sticks this evening, with Dedic, Arroyo and Dahl along the back line alongside the captain, the Argentinian and vastly experienced Nicolas Otamendi. In the midfield, Scheidler and Algenes and Barrero will be playing just behind Prestiani, and then Rafa Silva up top alongside their prominent Greek top goal scorer, 22 goals in all competitions, in Vangelis Pavlidis. On the bench, the young goalkeeper in Ferreira, stepping in this evening in place of Suarez, injured from the bench. And on the bench as well alongside his Barber and Chea, Bruma, Cabral, Ivanovic, Lopez Cabral, Lucabacchio, Manu, Garcia, Rios, Silva and Sudakov dropped to the bench from the game here on the 28th of January. Well, for Alvaro Arbiola, there are 3 changes made from the side that did fall to that 4-2 defeat here against Benfica. One of them in Mastantuono dropped to the bench, with Asensio starting that game but picking up a second yellow card. He will be suspended, as will the Brazilian Rodrigo, also suspended for this game, with Jude Bellingham still recovering from an injury and not able to make the journey to Lisbon this evening. Mbappe returns into the starting 11 as well, rested for their game, that 4-1 demolition at the Bernabeu against Sociedad, as a Champions League top scorer, 13 goals to his name, 5 clear of Harry Kane at Bayern Munich, in second place with 8 goals. His firepower finding 2 here at the Estadio de Luz. They will be looking towards their prominent French goal scorer to see if he can fire them into an advantageous position next Wednesday when the second leg comes together. So the players that remain as well, with new changes of Rudiger and Trent Alexander-Arnold, returns for them to Champions League football since last year, both picking up injuries and picking up starts in that game against Real Sociedad and holding their place in the starting lineup here in Lisbon tonight. Courtois in goal with Carreras and Huijsen alongside Rudiger and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Camavinga makes his way into the lineup after being vacant for the game against Benfica here from the starting lineup, and Tchouameni alongside the captain Valverde, and then a dangerous up front 3 of Vinicius Junior and Arda Güler playing either side of the ever dangerous threat of Kylian Mbappe. Well, on the bench for Real Madrid, the opposite number 2, Truban in Lunin, the Ukrainian goalkeepers. He occupies the bench alongside David Alaba, with the normally armband wearing Dani Carvajal still getting back to full fitness. Valverde holding the armband on his left arm this evening. And Dani Ceballos and Sestro, as well as Diaz, Garcia, Mastantuono dropped to the bench for this game, as well as exciting young talents Gonzalo Garcia, Johnny Martinez, as well as Thiago Pitriarch, all young players from the Madrid Academy, and in particular Gonzalo Garcia scoring the opening goal at the weekend against Real Sociedad, with Mendy and making his way onto the bench as well, bringing them all together with the referee this evening, Francois Letexier, the Frenchman, alongside his assistant Cyril Meunier and Memdi Ramouni, with the 4th official Jeremy Pignard. And the VAR this evening is Jerome Brissard, with Premier League AVAR Australian Jared Gillett, as they will be watching closely from all proceedings, and Benfica will be kicking us off from left to right in that bright, vibrant red shirt with white shorts and red socks. In Real Madrid, they will be kicking from right to left in their all-changed blue strip, looking for a chance to redemption for matters at hand. That defeat so dramatically as well, pushing them down in towards the knockout places. But for Jose Mourinho, well, a chance for him to try and get another one over his former employers in Real Madrid. Didn't win the Champions League for them, but did for Porto and Inter Milan. So a chance for him potentially to try and add another former scalp to his list. As Barreiro is fouled midway inside of the Real Madrid half towards this near side of the field. And well, for those here tonight in Lisbon wishing for a repeat of the drama seen the last time these two met, they might think it's almost too good to be true, Ban. But only time will tell if the Ukrainian gets unleashed once more for a late dramatic twist to the tale. So this free kick played in towards the penalty area, cleared away by Tchouameni, played back into a dangerous spot though. Pavlidis heading down, but cleared away just at the last. It's Real Madrid scrambling back at the moment. Good start from Benfica in the opening minute here at home. Chest down shot from range from Prestiani, but high over the bar. Saw the headlines far too early on there. The Argentinian international, this is his first season in the Champions League in his career. Signed from Vélez Sarsfield in Argentina. What a year he's having as well in the Champions League for a first one. Dramatic ways to qualify both for the Champions League phase and to get beyond the league phase, where Benfica saw away Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce in the qualifying rounds to get to the league phase proper, and then even hired the services of their former man. His first job in football as a manager was with Benfica back in the year 2000. Just 11 games in charge here in Lisbon. Real Madrid now dangerous on that right-hand side. Mbappe, that was poor from Mbappe. Very uncharacteristic pass straight towards the red shirts of Benfica players as they look to break now themselves towards this right-hand side. Tchouameni through the back, the referee still allowing play to continue. And there goes the whistle in the end with advantage not quite being seen. Tchouameni always eager to pounce on any opportunity that he can, with Rafa Silva winning a free kick in the process. Barreiro into the centre circle, right way out to this midway side, inside of the Real Madrid half. Dedic, short pass back towards Arroyo. And I wonder how many of those in the stands here witnessed the drama of just 21 days ago. If any of them had even stayed, maybe some of them had gone by that point, consigned to their defeat and their exodus to the Champions League. The rule of staying till the final whistle. I'm sure that one's being tested though, but Algenes into the box, played back into the penalty area, but cleared away by Rudiger, a long leg down. Rudiger looking for a little bit of calm and composure from his team surrounding Algenes. Far too easy, breaking into the penalty area on the right-hand side towards the byline. As again they come, Prestiani, short layoff towards Algenes. Dedic, again, Prestiani, right side of the penalty area. Carreras standing up. Benfica looking strong. Algenes whipping a ball to the opposite side of the penalty area as Sheldrup keeps the ball alive just about. Coming in, encroaching to the left side of the box. Rafa Silva dropping back to show a little bit of an option. But in the opening minutes here, Real Madrid's third has seen plenty of action already. Benfica know that they have to try and almost get the job done here as best as they can. Risking it back into the Bernabeu. That can be a very foolhardy thing to do against such a big team. With the decorated history of Real Madrid, 15 times champions, record winners of the European Cup, or Champions League as it's now known. Their pedigree to be seen far and wide. Well, Benfica, they do in fact themselves have 2 titles back-to-backs as well, against Barcelona and most recently in 1962 against Real Madrid in Amsterdam, as they will look to hark back onto those days themselves, the years of Eusebio and those greats. But Carreras winning the ball well, now driving up this left-hand side of the field in towards the Benfica half. Vinicius Junior now midway in, driving towards that left side of the penalty area, cutting back from the pressure, doing it all himself at the moment. A brace at the weekend for Vinicius Junior, confidence levels sky high. And a ball played out wide, far too heavy for Mbappe to get a touch, and going out easily, cheaply for a throw-in for Benfica, level with the penalty area up the left-hand side. 5 minutes gone here at the Estadio de Luz. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Benfica looking far more up for this one and lively. It's always going to be a potentially nervy one, this, for Real Madrid, as they look to right a few wrongs from 21 days ago. But still they come. Benfica, excellent run from Rafa Silva, but the layoff pass poor up for Prestiani, as Camavinga now has a chance to play a ball out wide on this near side. Vinicius Junior midway into the Benfica half, step overs towards that box. With two players in red surrounding, shepherding. Still, Vinicius Junior continues to go, looking to break away, bundled down off the edge of the penalty area. But Felix Lexatar sees nothing wrong with it as play is allowed to resume. Short pass towards Kylian Mbappe. Now his chance to drive in. Good this from Mbappe, surrounded by red shirts, but crowding out the dangerous Frenchman. As Barreiro carries the ball himself. Excellent driving run, but Tchouaméni, big, strong, getting in the way, regaining possession for Real Madrid as Jose Mourinho prowls on the sideline, asking for calm. And I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of the prowling Mourinho in the Benfica technical area. As Hushen now has the ball, played up to this left-hand side. Vinicius Junior seeing plenty of action early on. Long ball played forward, far too heavy. And Truban is going to see that one go out for a goal kick. But there are a couple of other games happening this evening in the Champions League. Monaco have taken the lead against their French rivals in Paris Saint-Germain. So that one at the Stade Louis II Stadium in Monaco. Galatasaray 5-2 winners earlier on in Istanbul against Juventus, coming from behind, taking apart the team from Turin, the old lady. Juventus having a man sent off in the process in Cabal. And the game is currently delayed in Dortmund, between Borussia Dortmund and Atalanta. So that one we're waiting to resume play there. There are 4 games happening tomorrow night as well. Karabag versus Newcastle. That long journey to Baku for the team from the northeast of England. That's the earlier kickoff before Werder Glimt host Inter Milan. Club Brugge host Atletico Madrid. And then Olympiacos take on Bayer Leverkusen. First leg time in the Champions League. It's now the stage where losses count for dangerous games, especially in first legs. You don't want to be chasing anything, in particular as a home side. Benfica will be very aware of the threat that Real Madrid hold, both home and away from the Bernabeu. As Goulet plays a ball out towards that right-hand side. Valverde, the captain, switching to the left-hand channel towards Vinicius Junior. Gorgeous chest down midway into that Benfica half. Those bright pink boots illuminating on the blue kit all over of Madrid. Now Goulet, short bursting run, but cutting back, no options except for Valverde having to cut back into the centre circle with Hushen on the ball. Camavinga forced back further by the Benfica players surrounding to Rudiger, who plays a long play up, but Otamendi finds a way to get across first of all, and that is going to go out for a throw-in for Real Madrid midway into that Benfica half up the right-hand side. Marshalled well enough. Is dropping back a little bit deeper. Tchouaméni comes to pick up on the ball himself. Hushen switching yet again out to this left-hand side to Vinicius Junior. Threaded ball to Carreras. Left side of the box. Step overs on that black and white Champions League ball to the edge of the box. Mbappe with the shot low. Deflection from Truban, having to come and gather that up yet again. And a venomous strike on the target, the first of the evening for the Frenchman. And Truban just taking the sting out of that one in towards his forearms before pouncing on the follow-up. Some of the players lingering a bit too close for comfort there for Truban as he scurried to jump on that ball. Vinicius Junior, 13 goals in the Champions League, top scorer in this competition. A fine goal scoring season as to be expected for the Frenchman. But so far Benfica looking comfortable at the moment in the first 10 minutes here at the Estadio de Luz. Real Madrid just trying to get a foothold in this game and pass the ball around, feel a bit of sense of what the ball's like on the foot and underfoot as well. But so far keeping the ball in the centre of the park. Both of these teams with strong two-legged tie records. 10 of the last 12 for Real Madrid, victories going their way, and 8 of the last 11 two-legged ties going Benfica's way. So this one is very much evenly matched, with Benfica sitting in third place in the Portuguese league and looking to try and put a bit of pressure on the teams further up above them, where Real Madrid held their spot after that shock loss for Barcelona against Girona last night in La Liga, keeping Real Madrid top of the table in Spanish football, as they now look to break up this left-hand side to Carreras. Flick cute behind, but easily read and marshalled by Arroyo. Vinicius Junior looking to get himself onto that ball from Carreras, the former Benfica man. 68 matches played for Benfica before signing for Real Madrid in the summer, with 10 Champions League appearances to his name in Benfica red. No goals scored for him, but 2 assists as well in that period of games. Still delayed between Dortmund and Atalanta. Apparently there's terrible traffic around Dortmund and around the Westfaler Stadion this evening, so that one expected to kick off 15 minutes later than normal. But Madrid happy to keep the ball in the central third. Benfica dropping that little bit deeper, allowing pressure to absorb. Vinicius Junior just waiting for some spaces to open up and emerge. And the ball played out to the right-hand side of the field, headed back inside by Dahl. Augenez comes to clear up that one himself. It's Dahl now, midway inside of his own half, up to the left-hand side of the field. Dispossessed Pavlidis far too easily. Arda Güler towards the edge of the penalty area, rolled across towards Camavinga. Vinicius Junior, left side of the box, charging towards the byline, and shielded out and surrounded, bundling down Arroyo to the surface. And it is going to be a free kick for Benfica inside their own penalty area, hugging that byline. Vinicius Junior protesting his innocence to Francois Letexier. Accounting for very, very little indeed, as Benfica win themselves that free kick. To not lose tonight surely is an objective that must be achieved for Benfica if they aim to have any form of hope of knocking out one of European and world football's largest dominant forces. What they would give for another scoreline of a 4-2 if they could take that to Madrid next week. And a chance for them to maybe have the hope, as many see it's more of an advantage if you play the second leg at home, with the knockout round being formatted from teams 9th to 24th place, and those top 8 with the luxury of that second leg at home. Benfica just about squeezing in, dropping Marseille out of the Champions League entirely, even after they had finished. When Marseille's game had finished, they were in the 24th spot. But Anthony Trouban had other ideas on the 98th minute, as they leapfrog Marseille, with Roberto De Zerbi receiving the sack just a game or two afterwards, that defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. Who still find themselves 1-0 down away at Monaco in that first leg. Long ball out to the left-hand side now. Dahl looking to break into the box, getting the better of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Still it's alive, over Prestiani with the shot. Carreras clears only as far as Dedic. Played into the right side of the penalty area towards Pavlidis. Pavlidis towards Augenez, forcing a little bit further back. Benfica still with the ball midway inside of the Madrid half. Arroyo played all the way further back towards the captain Otamendi, deepest of all in Benfica red, sprays a ball out to this right hand side. Good run from Prestiani, right side of the penalty area, ball into the box, deflected away, and that's going to go out for a corner for Benfica, the first corner of the evening going to the home side. It will be taken on this near side of the field. Brilliant piece of play and a wonderful ball sprayed out wide from Otamendi. And a chance from a corner for Benfica to maybe find the first advantage. Carrera shielding the ball out from that whizzed ball inside from Prestiani. And it is going to be Auschnes, the Norwegian international, to take this corner. Prestiani is a nearby option. Vinicius Junior keeping a close eye. Now pushed away, right-footed to the far post, headed back across, but straight down the throat of Courtois. not troubling the big Belgian whatsoever as he launches a ball out, but Dedic immediately picks up midway inside the Madrid half, now towards the edge of the area. Dedic from range, but along the surface, far too easy for Courtois to gather that one up himself. It's a good pressure from Benfica in the last minute, 2 good opportunities as well. And a great chance for Arroyo to guide a header, but straight down the throat of Courtois. We're now underway in Dortmund for Dortmund and Atalanta. That one kicking off 15 minutes later than the other games. But so far, I think that Jose Mourinho will be pleased with the effort and the work rate that we've seen so far in this game. 4 attempts from his side, 2 of which on target as well. And he will be looking for plenty more of the same. If they look to nullify this Real Madrid threat, as Mbappe now carries the ball up the left-hand side, played up to Vinicius Jr., left side of the box, coming in, edging closer. Dedic shielding away, good footing, putting the ball further out, but Valverde picks up on that loose ball himself. Wonderful from Valverde, scored a beautiful goal at the weekend against Real Sociedad. That was their 3rd of the 4, pick of the bunch. A fine player, leading by example, stepping in for Dani Carvajal, the Uruguayan international. Stellar and outstanding when putting that armband on. A trusty individual to have leading you, as Carreras has the ball now. Left side of the penalty area, short ball back towards Mbappe. Tchouaméni switching across towards Goulet, 10 yards from the right side of the penalty area. Benfica players shielding and stopping any form of forward, wayward, unlocking pass. Hugen out to Mbappe, coming in from the right side, short pass back to his fellow French teammate in Tchouaméni. It's Valverde 1-2 up to Goulet. Goulet edge of the area, shot from range. Wonderful shot from Goulet, but an excellent save by Truban. Again, having to read that shot. Goulet with a ferocious shot from around 25 yards. And if that was a couple of yards either side of where Truban was situated, the Ukrainian would have had to have pounced and worked quickly to stop that one from nestling into the back of the Benfica net. As Dortmund have taken an early lead against Atalanta in the first 3 minutes. And the late kickoff there has seen Borussia Dortmund taking the lead, with Guirassy, their potent goal-scoring threat, finding the net there, and Balogun, the one who gave Monaco the lead. So it's 1-0 to the home side so far in the other 2, but it's still 0-0 here on the 18th minute. Carreras midway inside the Benfica half up this left-hand side. Played into Mbappe, Hugen further back towards Rudiger. Dead centre in that centre circle. Benfica players dropping deeper. Carreras now picking up on this ball, 15 yards from the left corner of the box. Mbappe nearest to it. As Madrid are starting to grow a bit more in this game. Finding passes, Rudiger dinked long ball, Arroyo heading out the box towards Barreras, heading even further away. Tchouaméni back in towards that left-hand side. Carreras short towards Camavinga. Hugen again finding another good pass as Tchouaméni switches out to this left-hand side. Carreras cutting in towards the box. Brilliant from the former Benfica man. Monaco now 2-0 up at home against Paris Saint-Germain. A shock result against the side who are the holders. Goulet now into the box, deflected in, Vinicius Jr., but just a couple of yards wide to the right-hand side of Truban's goal. Real Madrid are growing more and more confident as this game continues on. And Benfica scrambling back desperately. Vinicius Jr. must have felt he should have done better there. One-touch swipe, not really looking up at where the net was. That one rolled just a couple of yards wide to the right-hand side of Truban's goal. Balogun getting his 2nd goal of the evening as well as Monaco's. Benfica are feeling the pressure here. Real Madrid are pushing players further up. Camavinga intercepting, but the ball bouncing off of his leg and out for a Benfica throw-in level with their own penalty area on this near side. Benfica, who started the first 5 or so minutes in this game. But Real Madrid now finding their footing. And always dangerous when a team of Real Madrid's stature start to grow into a game and get the bit between their teeth. But Benfica now, Rafa Silva on the halfway line, tripped by Camavinga, and that's going to be a free kick for Benfica right on the halfway line. around 5 yards from the right-hand side of the penalty area, and Otamendi wants a little bit more. He feels that there's been a few of those from Camavinga where it might warrant more than just a word or two from the referee, Francois Letexier. Rafa Silva down there, made 4 appearances since re-signing from Besiktas, all of them in the Portuguese Liga. And this is his first appearance in the Champions League since 2024, since leaving. In that game, that was his last goal as well in the Champions League for Benfica. They have 8 years at the Estadio de Luz. A welcome addition back to the fold. But there are some exciting talents on the bench, in particular in Ancinio Cabral, 18 years old, from the Benfica Academy, born in Lisbon, 2 goals in 3 league games. An exciting young talent that everyone's raving about here in Lisbon. Ancinio Cabral, Portuguese under-18. He was on the bench in the game against Real Madrid in that 4-2 win. So there is a chance that Jose Mourinho might get some first-minute experience in for the young man against such decorated opposition as Real Madrid. As the ball has been thrown back towards the halfway line, Arroyo on the ball in plenty of space, short inside towards Auschnes. Auschnes switching out towards Scheidler and leaving instead. Scheidler, good touch now, shielded by Trent Alexander-Arnold, threaded into the box. Rafa Silva flicked back into the penalty area, heavy from Trent, turning and running away from danger. Still the Englishman carries the ball, with the ball played out to this near right-hand side, but no real connection on it. Trent now leaving an exposed gap potentially. Ball played up by Arroyo. Foot race onto it now, deep in the right-hand side of the field. As Dedic rolls the ball out, it's going to be a throw-in deep in the corner inside this Madrid half, up this near side. Carreras taking no chances whatsoever. And that throw-in taken quickly enough for Benfica, but Camavinga wrestling the ball away. Short to Carreras, still outside the edge of their own penalty area. Benfica players up high in numbers, trying to force an error like that one there. Auschnes now 15 yards from the right side of the box, in towards Pavlidis. Wonderful footwork, breaking away, pulled down in the process, looking to the ref. The referee wags a finger as play is allowed to resume, with Courtois sending a long ball for Vinicius Junior to chase, but a heavy touch on there as Dahl picks up on the heavy touch from the Brazilian. As Paris Saint-Germain, well, their night gets even worse. They've just missed a penalty as well from Vitinha. So 2 goals down in the first half away to Monaco, and a penalty missed, with the opportunity there to try and grab a goal back. They're going to be begging for the half-time whistle to come so they can reassess as soon as humanly possible. Still 1-0 to Dortmund against Atalanta in the 10th minute of that delayed kickoff, as a ball has been played out to this right-hand side. Dedic level with the 18-yard area, cutting in from the box, running along the face of that penalty area to Barreras, played out towards Prestiani, fizzed ball into the penalty area, cleared away towards Auschnes, shot from range, and Auschnes can't quite get the better of Courtois, diving down to the left-hand side, and very nearly the Norwegian sending a driven low effort, catching some deflection. Brilliant from Courtois, diving down to his left-hand side with a long arm outstretched, denying the Norwegian to give Benfica the lead here this evening at the Estadio de Luz. So we're just over halfway into the first half here of the first leg. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Just moments ago, Frederic Auschnes so close to giving Benfica the lead. Camavinga, ball out to this left-hand side, turning back to Carreras. 1-2 with Camavinga on the ball, finding his French teammate in Tchouameni, dropping deep to offer a little bit of help, showing some numbers, those bright blue shirts surrounding as Hugen now carries the ball up this left-hand side. Ball up towards Carreras, heavy touch on with the arm. The referee points straight to where it happened, and it is going to be a free kick for Benfica, midway inside their own half, up this right near side. Benfica looking to take it quickly enough, even though Vinicius Junior is lingering. Can be a dangerous game. Quick to react, the Brazilian. Barreiro played up towards Pavlidis. Wonderful interception from Tchouameni. Ball fizzed up towards Goulet. Goulet playing the ball onto Vinicius Junior. But Benfica intercept just about true. Ben pumping the ball up to the centre circle. Still inside their own half. As Schelderup comes back to play a short pass towards Dahl. The three Scandinavian contingencies starting for Benfica this evening in Dahl, Aursnes and Scheidlup. Connecting then, but Madrid now edge of the penalty area on this left-hand side. Mbappe out towards Carreras, ball back towards the Frenchman, edge of the area, shot from range, and just carrying a bit too high over the crossbar. Mbappe just like gripping his teeth, knowing that the shot could have potentially been better from someone as talented as him. But Truban will be hoping that efforts like that continue to go towards his own goal this evening and next week as well. So it's going to be a goal kick for Benfica. Otamendi to take this one, feigning to roll short towards Truban and looking for Mbappe as he was encroaching a little bit there. Truban though plays back towards this right hand side. Arroyo up midway into the half. Tchouaméni doing well to dispossess. Mbappe off towards Goulet, threaded up left side of the box. Vinicius Junior chipping back edge of the area, but Aursnes gets there ahead of Tchouaméni as Hugen heads the ball back and away, and up goes the assistant's flag deep in the corner on that far side. Vinicius Junior, I think that if VAR intervened there, Vinicius Junior might have just been onside actually from what I've seen. But alas, the flag was raised sharply. Benfica do have that free kick taken short. Otamendi, short pass to the right side of his own penalty area. Dahl electing to go long, sending the ball up for Pavlidis to chase. Hugen taking no chances, pumping the ball up and away. And it is going to be a Benfica throw-in midway inside the Real Madrid half up that left-hand side, taken quickly by the Greek in Pavlidis to Dahl. Aursnes, cross-field ball to this right-hand side towards Dedic, midway into the Madrid half, carrying the ball towards the right corner of the box. Carreras standing tall, it's brilliant from the former Benfica man, dispossessing Dedic as Hugen sends a long ball up to the halfway line, letting the ball bounce Arroyo, dangerous. Vinicius Junior putting pressure on, headed out wide. Dahl can get there ahead though with Valverde. Scheidlup up that left-hand side, wonderful, good piece of skill to break away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Dahl feigning another ball into the box from that left-hand side, back towards Scheidlup, the two combining and one coming together well. Prestiani easily dispossessed there by Tchouaméni as Goulet sends a long ball up, but Otamendi reads the ball well enough to stop Mbappe from picking up on that ball and charging towards Truban and the Benfica goal. Barrero, pass to this right-hand side towards Dedic, 1-2 back towards the Luxembourg international. Aursnes now dead centre of the Madrid half, finds the short nearby option of Barrero, the two of them working well alongside one another so far this evening. Pavlidis turning towards the edge of the box, back towards Aursnes. Scheidlup now right side of that penalty area, cutting back towards Aursnes yet again. Always the man in the middle there looking to operate and switch things out to the further channels. Dahl in towards the penalty area. Trent gets a heavy touch as Rafa Silva picks up on that ball. Benfica still they come. Patient build up from the Eagles at the moment. As we're just a minute or so away from the 30th minute being reached here. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Paris Saint-Germain finally finding a goal back away at the Stade Louis after missing that penalty from Vitinha on the 22nd minute. Paris Saint-Germain through Doué, who just came on the field, are finally back, but that's a shot from the left corner of the box. High effort, that one from Prestiani. Head in hands, wondering how on earth the connection was that poor with the ball. High and wide, this one. That one goes out for a Real Madrid goal kick. Still 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund against Atalanta. The score 2-1 now, Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain. And the score here on 30th minute, Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Both sides with one good opportunity each. Real Madrid looking to make amends for that 4-2 defeat here in the last game of the league phase. As Pavlidis lays the ball long towards Rafa Silva, midway inside that Madrid half, cleared away, but Aursnes sends the ball back up only as far as Hugen, who goes short to Rudiger. Valverde in towards Tchouaméni, midway inside their own half. Madrid now playing the ball further up to this right-hand side. Carreras midway into the Benfica half, played in towards the centre towards Vinicius Junior. Short touch pass to Valverde, 10 yards outside the box, played further out wide towards Mbappe. Mbappe there looking to build a win inside himself. As Madrid look to come a little bit nearer towards that penalty area. Still they come. Hugen has to go back instead. Frustrated Benfica working well together as a unit to stop anything from filtering through. As Goulet now carries the ball midway inside the Benfica half towards that right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold short towards the captain Valverde. Wonderful ball towards Goulet. Right side of the box. Goulet back across. Ball inside, deflected away, and Otamendi, well, his intervention there, it came ricocheted off of him straight back onto Goulet, and that goes out for a goal kick for Benfica. It's a lively game here so far. Both teams dropping deep defensively when not in possession. As Benfica try and carry the ball out from that goal kick, again played short, instead looping long for Rafa Silva to chase, bursting from Rafa Silva, shutting down the ball back to Courtois, but a short ball out to the right-hand side of the penalty area towards Rudiger. Rudiger playing a ball up the right-hand touchline. Benfica players felt that might have gone out, but swiped up and away, easily given away. Barreiro now, midway inside the Madrid half, plays out to the left-hand touchline. Scheidler carries slowly to the left side of the box. As Auschness now has the ball, surrounded by players in bright Madrid blue. Scheidler carrying yet again to that left-hand corner of the penalty area. Couple of step-overs into the box. Ball played into the centre. Hugen rises highest to head away, only as far as Dedish. Back towards Auschness. Prestiani plays that short pass nearest to Arroyo, who switches out to the left-hand side. Dahl played up again to Scheidler as he looks to take advantage of Trent Alexander-Arnold on the back foot, building into the left side of the box, but easily intercepted. Goulet reading well, with Auschness lying in wait on the edge of the penalty area. But Arroyo gets there first, and Carreras charging forward to pick up on that loose ball. But Benfica get the ball away just about. Auschness midway inside of the Madrid half, played up to Rafa Silva. The ball dispossessed as Benfica once again scrambling back. Hugen hooking the ball high into the air. Dedic played back in towards the Madrid third. And Madrid dropping deep is Pavlidis catching the Madrid player late there, Valverde, but the referee allows play to continue. Camavinga 10 yards inside of his own half, played out to the left-hand side. Vinicius Junior, ball played up the left-hand touchline. Can Mbappe keep the ball in play? Not quite, but it is deflected out for a Madrid throw-in midway into the Benfica half up this near side of the field. And Mbappe feigning to take the throw-in, but instead electing to leave it for Carreras. Carreras throwing the ball back towards Hugen on the halfway line. The game just slowing down in its pace in the last 5 or so minutes. Intensity high in the opening 25, but things simmering a little bit more as we near the 35th minute of the game here at the Estadio de Luz, with a tremendous light show happening before the game and before the kickoff, and the players walks out of the tunnel, and that famous moment here at the Estadio de Luz where the eagle flies around the inside parameters of the stands and then lands perfectly on top of that Benfica crest. Just adding to the drama that this competition really can throw up in this stage. Goulet midway into the Benfica half, short inside towards Tchouameni, switching back across towards Hugen. Hugen played up the left-hand side towards Vinicius Junior, creeping in towards that left edge of the box, switching a ball out towards Goulet, 15 yards from the right side of the penalty area. Valverde 1-2 back towards the Turkish international, threaded ball into the middle, but Arroyo gets a foot in front before Mbappe can pick up on that ball. There's Trent Alexander-Arnold now, dangerous in his return against Sociedad. Plays a ball out towards Valverde, into Goulet, leaving the ball run. Tchouameni switching out to the left-hand side, deflected. Camavinga again with another opportunity. Out towards Carreras, 5 yards from the left side of the penalty area. Stepping over, Prestiani, shielding, building towards the byline, flicking a step over to get the better of the Argentinian. As Hugen plays towards Tchouameni, switching back across instead. Up towards Mbappe now, right side of the box, looking to flick the ball onto the run of Goulet, but not quite read. Mbappe yet again with another opportunity, stepping over quickly, short towards his French teammate in Tchouameni. Played out to the left side of the box now, Benfica dropping deep, Carreras fizzing a ball into the box, but Benfica get a foot on it yet again. Barreiro now surrounded by players in bright royal blue shirts of Madrid. Long ball played up, intercepted by Carreras, and that goes out for a Benfica throw-in, level with the 18-yard area on this near side. Good pressure from Real Madrid this now, as we are approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half here in this Champions League knockout round first leg. This the first evening of games in the knockout round. Tomorrow night, Karabag Newcastle, Berdeglimt Inter Milan, Club Brugge Atletico Madrid and Olympiacos Leverkusen. Galatasaray 5-2 winners earlier on against Juventus. Dortmund 1-0 up against Atalanta. That a delayed kick-off by 15 minutes. And Monaco 2-1 up at home against Paris Saint-Germain. Benfica currently with a man down right in the centre of their own half. Carreras not wanting to play the ball out, but Francois Letexier just stopping play. It's Rafa Silva currently down. As Tchouameni went right through the back of Rafa Silva. 50-50 in the air. No malice on that whatsoever from the big Frenchman in the middle. And the referee now stopping play so that Rafa Silva, in his first Champions League appearance since the 12th of December, 2024, so that he can get some attention. But currently the Real Madrid players just crowding on top of Rafa Silva, and Mbappe stood right on top, and some of the Benfica players are coming to push the Madrid players away. The referee now coming over to have a word or two. Relatively unprofessional from Real Madrid, I have to say. This hasn't been very well managed whatsoever, with Rafa Silva down on the surface, still waiting for the physio team to come on and have a look. As we just wait a little longer to see what is going to happen here. So Tchouameni going right through the back of Rafa Silva, still down on the deck. Rudiger coming over. Well, I think Rudiger might have been the one to start things off there, as is usually the way with Antonio Rudiger. When you see that big smile of his appear, you know that it's not the most innocent of grins on the big German's face. And the referee just having a word with both Otamendi and Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe stood directly overhead as well, looking down on Rafa Silva. And Otamendi, well, leading by example, really just coming right across and shoving Mbappe firmly away. Otamendi, this is 271st appearance for Benfica since signing in 2021. 38 years of age. Feisty figure, the Argentinian. The definition of a leader. Always willing to throw his body on the line in defence of his team and especially his nation. And this is a somewhat lengthy stoppage to the game, so a good 3 to 4 minutes to be added at the end of this one. Surely Rafa Silva now up, just holding his midriff as he walks slowly towards this near touchline, bending down, just catching some breath, possibly winded in the process there. From the little replays I saw in front of me, Tchouameni just going right through the back. Well, and even on the little screen in front of me, I've just seen Roberto Carlos pop up on the screen. What a name in Real Madrid and Brazilian folklore his is written into. The free kick specialist who could hit them harder than a hammer to a nail head. The play will resume now with a drop ball. Carreras short back towards Huijsen. Play allowed to continue. Benfica currently down to 10 men with Rafa Silva waiting to receive the instruction to come back on. Valverde, ball to the right side of the box. Played to penalty area. Mbappe sliding in but can't quite get there. Vinicius Junior though keeping the ball alive. Coming into the left side of the box. Just feigning opportunities to the byline. Switching the ball across the penalty area. Beyond Scheidler. As Trent Alexander-Arnold picks up on it 10 yards from the right corner of the box. Good ball into the penalty area. Mbappe rising highest. But Arroyo gets there first. Benfica under pressure here as Madrid look to come. Vinicius Junior, left side of the box, stepping back over, feigning interest, but they're breaking away, having to defend deep there. Prestiani does brilliantly though, slipping underfoot from pressure as Vinicius Junior picks up on that himself, coming yet again towards the left side of the penalty area and the byline. Into the box, deflected off of Vinicius Junior, ricochet, and that goes out for a goal kick. Well marshalled piece of defending there from Benfica, having to ride a bit of pressure. Trent Alexander-Arnold playing a dangerous ball low, driven in towards the penalty area, but just beyond the outstretched slide from Mbappe, looking to get a dangerous foot on. And another glorious opportunity goes begging for Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior there looking to charge in, and Dedic right in his face saying, I've got your number all night long, Vinicius Junior. And he's going to have that confidence against such a talented player. Scored a brace from 12 yards in the game against Sociedad, in what many say was his best performance for Madrid this season as well, winning player of the match. As Barreiro is now down for Benfica on the halfway line. Madrid, though, still will continue to play. Camavinga dinking the ball and breaking away, but Benfica get a player there first, cleared up towards Madrid players in Carreras. As Carreras goes back towards the captain Valverde. Huijsen, 10 yards inside of his own half, played up towards Camavinga, midway into the Benfica half up this left-hand side. Short inside towards Goulet. Huijsen played back into the centre circle to Rudiger in plenty of space, the deepest player for Madrid. As Valverde plays the ball up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, cutting in from the right-hand touchline, short towards Tchouameni, midway into the Benfica half. Long, looping ball, far too high overhead. And Vinicius Junior cannot contain or keep that one in. Going out for a Benfica throw-in midway inside their own half, up this near side of the field. So we are into the final 5 minutes of the regulation 45, Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. But there's surely going to be a good couple of minutes added on, as Rafa Silva was down receiving treatment for a short, lengthy spell, and Paris Saint-Germain have found themselves a leveller against Monaco, so coming from 2-0 down and in the process of missing a penalty. Doué getting their first goal, but it's Hakimi who has found their second. So Monaco right back in that tie, that all-French affair down on the French Riviera. As Otamendi goes short towards Scheidler. Algenes on the halfway line, play back in towards the centre circle towards Barreiro. 5 yards into the Madrid half now, slow to build up. Benfica absorbing plenty of pressure recently, but Scheidler now over halfway in towards the Madrid half up that left-hand side, edging towards the left edge of the penalty area. Valverde charging back to shield alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold. Scheidler, those bright yellow boots, jinking away from the Englishman's advances. Dahl now on the ball midway inside, but forced further back towards Algenes. Good pressure from Madrid, containing and forcing Benfica further back. As Arroyo plays a ball out on this right-hand side towards Dedic, into the penalty area. But Huijsen rises highest. Paul Pavlidis charges in to try and get a header onto that himself. And a ball played up towards Mbappe, wrestling away from Dahl. And the ball cleared in some desperation. Madrid back on the ball midway inside their own half. Trent Alexander-Arnold across towards Huijsen. Huijsen switching out to this left-hand side. Wonderful pass to Carreras midway into the Benfica half. Flick back, breaking away from the pressure of Prestiani. Camavinga turning on a dime, away from Barreiro. Mbappe threaded up towards Barreira, into the box. Valverde, wonderful shot! And Mbappe can't quite find an opportunity to bury the ball away. Excellent passing, quick thinking. Vinicius Junior with a delightful flick back towards Mbappe. And Mbappe first time left-footed, just going a couple of yards over the upright of Truban's goal. Kylian Mbappe is growing more and more confident in this game. Exactly the sort of thing that Benfica will be looking to avoid. Because when his tail is up, you don't half notice. So that one going out for a goal kick. Truban now sending everyone long instead of going short, as he has done all first half. Just a minute and a half away from seeing how much time is going to be lifted up by Jeremy Pignard, the fourth official. Little for the VAR duo of Jérôme Bressage and Jared Gillett so far this evening to deal with. Long may that continue, as Camavinga does brilliantly off the halfway line, carrying the ball midway inside of the Benfica half. Wonderful run from Camavinga, threaded up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, in the box, Trent Alexander-Arnold low, and a good save from Truban, cleared away quickly by Dedic. Oh, and that was another glorious opportunity for Real Madrid. And Carreras throwing the ball quickly enough as it came out to this near side of the field. Real Madrid look dead certain to find something here unless Benfica can hold on till half-time. Camavinga off the right side of the box, played back towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Threaded up towards Mbappe, turning away. Mbappe threaded up to Vinicius Junior. Deflection and wide for a corner. Real Madrid feeling the intensity and feeling the need to make all this pressure count for something. And Arroyo throwing himself in front of that and feeling a little bit of a war wound in the process, just moving his right leg his knee just catching under the surface a little bit, I feel. It was Kylian Mbappe, sorry, most recently with that shot, but brilliantly marshalled by Trouban. Here comes the corner now, swung into the penalty area. Trouban punching away to the edge of the box. Played back in from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Benfica still can't quite clear, but now they can. Played up towards Scheidlup. Wonderful from Madrid, though. Back on the ball. Right edge of the penalty area. Goulet in towards the box. Goulet with the shot! And saved again from Trouban, pushing wide for yet another corner. 3 minutes of time added on. 3 minutes for Benfica to hold on and get themselves in level at half-time. The pressure intense and growing ever more. Wonderful save down to the right-hand side from Trouban, just pushing the ball away, going beneath and underneath Otamendi, coming in to try and get involved. Brilliant from Trouban so far. It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold to take this corner on this near side. This to be a right-footed ball, left arm raised, played towards that further post. Auschnitz, though, rising highest, trying to relieve some pressure. Ball headed back into the penalty area, actually, and Auschnitz just having to swipe the ball away from Rafa Silva. Still, Real Madrid come into the box, and Valverde low, but a touch on from Dahl, played towards Auschnitz, who pumps the ball away up the further side. Desperation time creeping in for Benfica as they look to try and come in level. As we are a minute of the minimum 3 gone so far here at the Estadio de Luz. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. Still Dortmund 1, Atalanta 0. That delayed kickoff there in the 33rd minute there. And Monaco 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2. A lively game on the French Riviera in the all-French affair. As Madrid now play the ball inside of their own half. Rudiger back towards Hugen to Camavinga, left side of the field, played up towards Carreras, midway into that Benfica half. Gorgeous flick on for Mbappe, charging into the left side of the box, dinked back further across the other side, but Dahl takes the chest down under pressure from Goulet. Dahl, long ball played up into the air up the left-hand channel. Trent's going to get there first, headed back towards Rudiger in plenty of space midway inside of his own half before playing the ball back to the all-black suited and booted Courtois. 2 minutes of the 3 now gone, just 1 more minute for Benfica to ride this storm and get themselves in level. Or can Madrid make the pressure finally count, and at the perfect time at that? Valverde, 1-2 back towards Trent, up the right-hand side, long ball played up for Valverde to chase, excellent from Trent. Valverde into the box, deflected inside, it's going to be a corner for Madrid. This surely the last chance of the first half. Benfica so close to going in. They were looking initially, I think, at a penalty for Madrid for a handball, but nowhere near Otamendi's head. Otamendi just looking around, trying to gear up his team for the final action of the first half. This one's coming from the right-hand side. All the players gathering around inside of the penalty area, a couple further upfield for Madrid. Waiting for this ball to be played into the penalty area. Swung in by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Head down from Tchouaméni. Back towards Mbappe. And Auschnitz gets another big foot in yet again. As Benfica look to clear a ball away, waiting for the relief of the referee's whistle. Hugen winning the ball well himself. Into the box towards Auschnitz. Long ball played away. And the chase on now for Rafa Silva to get there ahead of Carreras, heading the ball out. And there goes the referee's whistle for half-time, where it is Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. In what has been a lively, intense end towards the half, with Real Madrid piling the pressure on the Benfica goal, but not quite able to get the break beyond Antolai Trouban, who has been superb between the sticks this evening for Benfica. So this one here, 0-0 at half-time. The whistle's gone as well down in the French Riviera. Monaco 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2. Monaco taking a 2-0 lead from Balogun, but then Doué and Hakimi finding levellers after Vitinha missed from the spot. It's currently Dortmund 1, Atalanta 0 in that kickoff delayed by 15 minutes due to heavy traffic. Guirassy giving Dortmund the lead on the 3rd minute. And in the earlier kickoff on the first day of the first legs of the knockout round, Galatasaray 5, Juventus 2, taking the lead through Gabriel Sara, but then Cooper Miners getting a brace in the first half, until Galatasaray suddenly turned up in fine form with Lang and Sanchez scoring for Galatasaray until Cabral was sent off for a second yellow card, and Lang and Bowie then adding further insult to injury. That one finishing 5-2. But the score here at half-time is Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0. And we'll resume the rest of this live service just before half-time in just over 10 minutes' time.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Well, welcome back to live audio coverage from the Estadio da Luz here in Lisbon, where it's currently Benfica 0, Real Madrid 0, in a game that has been nervy at either end, with Real Madrid slightly edging the intensity further, in particular in the final 5 minutes of the game, where they look to capitalise on Benfica and their heads going in towards the changing room at half-time, and the Benfica players currently out first here on the field at the Estadio da Luz, just warming up. It's half-time finally between Dortmund and Atalanta. That one a 15-minute delay to that kick-off. The score now is 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund. Guirassy giving the Germans the lead on the 3rd minute. And then finally Maximilian Bayer scoring just 3 minutes before the 45th to put a 2-goal cushion in place from the Italian team. And in the all-French affair down on the Riviera, it's Monaco 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2. Balogun getting a brace in the opening 20 minutes before Vitinha missed from 12 yards. But then moments after that, Doué finally got a goal back just before half an hour. And then 5 minutes before time, Hakimi stepped up to draw Paris Saint-Germain level. In the earlier game in the Champions League in Istanbul, Galatasaray thumping Juventus 5-2. Juventus down to 10 men in that game as well. This the first set of legs in the Champions League knockout phase. Tomorrow night, 4 other games kicking off. Karabag, the early kickoff down in Baku against Newcastle United. And then up in the Northern Circle, Werder Glimt host Inter Milan. Club Brugge play host to Atletico Madrid. And then in Athens, Olympiacos will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. And the follow-up to this game, well, that will be kicking off on the 25th. That's next Wednesday. Real Madrid, Benfica back at the Bernabeu for the second leg, and as it will be Madrid getting us back underway, kicking from left to right in their all-blue change strip, with Benfica kicking from right to left in their red shirt with white shorts and red socks. No changes of note for either side. So for Benfica, Truban in goal with Dedic, Arroyo, Otamendi the captain and Dahl at the back. Scheidlup, Algenes, Barrero and Prestiani in the middle, with Rafa Silva and Pavlidis as a top 2. And then for Real Madrid, Courtois in goal with Carreras, Hugen, Rudiger and Trent at the back. Camavinga, Tchouameni and the captain Vincent Valverde. And then Vinicius Junior and Goulet either side of Kylian and Mbappe up top. And Mbappe lively in that first half. A number of good opportunities to give Real Madrid the lead here in Lisbon. What was very end-to-end. Benfica strong start to the game, Madrid strong finish. So far not quite on the intensity of that game 21 days ago. In a slide tackle down into the penalty area, Rudiger on Pavlidis. Pavlidis left down in the penalty area. The referee waving his arms out wide, saying play to stop. No penalty given though, but it looked like Rafa Silva might have come in from an offside position. So if Rudiger has fouled Pavlidis in the penalty area here, he's going to get away with it because Rafa Silva was offside, and from what I could see, Rudiger did get a touch on the ball first initially, with Pavlidis feeling the full effect of that aftermath. He did get the ball as well. He did do the signal of the loop ball gesture to the referee, Francois Letexier, the Frenchman. Play resuming after that offside being checked from Rafa Silva. But very nearly a nervy start there for Real Madrid as Benfica looking to try and force errors from Madrid in their own third, but Tchouameni now carrying the ball to the centre circle, switching out to the left-hand side towards Carreras. Short pass up, 1-2 with Vinicius Junior. Carreras back on the ball, played in towards that centre circle with Rudiger dropping deepest of the back four. Finding Trent Alexander-Arnold 1-2 with the captain Valverde. Benfica players just holding their shape, pushing up in small numbers, 1s and 2s. Not daring to open up too much space for Real Madrid to exploit. There's Carreras now just inside of the Benfica half, up towards Goulet. Goulet, ball threaded up to Vinicius Junior, but a strong slide tackle down from Otamendi. Still Madrid come. Carreras, wonderful piece of play, jumping over the foot from Otamendi. And diving over foot, going away for a goal kick, and the referee straight away waving play on. Otamendi sliding down to stop Carreras from building in towards a penalty. Carreras diving at that process. And I tell you what, if the referee doesn't give a yellow card here to Carreras for that simulation, I think he's going to be very fortunate to not receive a yellow card for diving. Otamendi's arms out wide, looking certainly at the referee. And I think that Alvaro Carreras has got away with one there, because he should absolutely be entering the referee's book for a dive, a blatant dive at that as well. And so this ball played out for a Benfica throw-in just inside the Madrid half, up this near side of the field. It's thrown short towards Auschwitz, played across the centre circle towards Arroyo. Arroyo carrying the ball into the Madrid half, midway inside up the right-hand channel. Ball threaded up towards Prestiani, played further on for Dedic to chase Camavinga, though getting there first, shielding the ball in the corner of the field up that far side, with Vinicius Junior coming back to offer some help. Carreras taking no chances this time, long ball played up. Pereiro heading back towards the edge of the penalty area, but it's far too shallow. Valverde, Goulet shielding the ball away, and the referee allowed play to continue with Goulet bundled down to the ground. Now a chance for Mbappe, carrying the ball midway into the Benfica half, up the left-hand side, short to the edge of the penalty area. Vinicius Junior in the box, shot from range. What a stunner from Vinicius Junior! An absolutely delightful goal from the Brazilian, diving in towards the corner of the field, dancing with the corner flag. That is a fine finish from the Brazilian on the 50th minute of the game. Mbappe driving up the left-hand side of the field, laying one short pass onto Vinicius Junior, who cut into the right side of the box and sent a superb right-footed curling finish beyond Truban. And finally the deadlock is broken here in Lisbon. The score: Benfica 0, Real Madrid 1 on the 50th minute. Vinicius Junior with the classiest, most superb of right-footed finishes you will see, not just this evening or in this competition, but in world football. It's delightful from Vinicius Junior, cutting into the box, right-footed, curling away from Truban's outstretched arm. Gorgeous, gorgeous finish, and in true Vinicius Junior fashion, goading the fans in the corner of the field, with the fans far less than impressed with his actions, dancing on top of the corner flag and shouting, pointing fingers straight to the fans in that corner. An utterly delicious strike from Vinicius Junior. Truly superb and worthy of a goal that has made the difference here in Lisbon. And I think Vinicius Junior might have received a yellow card for the celebration and for the goading to all the fans from the referee, Francois Letexier. So that is going to be the first yellow card of the evening coming to the man who has given Madrid the lead. And Prestiani, I think, was far less than impressed with the celebration that was at hand. Vinicius Junior now 3 goals in his previous 2 games and 4 goals in his previous 3 appearances as well as that, 2 against Sociedad, 1 against Rayo Vallecano. And then that goal on the 50th minute making all the difference this evening. Prestiani still furious with Mbappe, won't let it rest. The Argentinian himself needing to be careful. Vinicius Junior now charging over to here, having a word with the referee about Prestiani, maybe something he said. I'm not entirely sure what's happened. The referee now has got his arms held up in a cross fashion. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here because we don't have a direct link to what the referee is saying. But I think the referee is going to come over and have a word with the 4th official. Something has happened here on the field with Vinicius Junior. Valverde, the captain's coming over as well. And Vinicius Junior is incensed with something. And he's now made his way towards the touchline. Prestiani is looking back to Vinicius Junior, trying to figure out what on earth is going on here. And Francois Letexier has certainly got his hands full at the moment. He's now coming over to check on Vinicius Junior, who's on towards the dugout on this near side with Arroyo. And now some of the coaching staff are getting on the field. This is getting incredibly ugly as one of the coaching staff of Benfica has been sent off by the referee. This is becoming unsavoury. Jose Mourinho is now coming over to have a word with Vinicius Junior, trying to calm the Brazilian down. God, and if you thought it was dramatic in the last game, this one has kicked off all of a sudden in the second. Players asking for calm. And currently all the players just telling Vinicius Junior just to keep his head at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what has been happening, but I think the referee is now going to summon the captains towards the centre. Vinicius Junior now is just resting almost casually against the frame of his dugout, bottle of water in hand. I'm not entirely sure what is going on. To be a fly on the wall effectively as Valverde and Otamendi come together now with the referee to see exactly what's going on here. The bright yellow shirt standing out strongly amongst the blue of Madrid and the red of Benfica. All of the players just gathering in their own technical areas. Prestiani just having a word with the players around him as well. Not entirely sure what is going on here in the field at the Estadio de Luz. But Vinicius Junior, well, he came over to restart the game, and then he stood next to Prestiani, ran immediately towards the referee, pointed something out from Prestiani. Now, I'm not entirely sure what happened. To speculate would be the wrong thing to do. But at the moment, this game's still yet to get back underway. No idea what is going on in this game so far. We have had a lengthy delay here, with Jose Mourinho having to get involved and have a word with Vinicius Junior. Still waiting for play to resume. We're still 2 apiece. Monaco now down to 10 men in the French Riviera with Golovin sent off. Still half-time, Dortmund 2, Atalanta 0. And still, this game is delayed. Vinicius Junior is actually sat down in the dugout. Now, whatever's happened, Vinicius Junior has become incensed. And all of the players for Real Madrid are now gathering in front of their technical area. Vinicius Junior is sat down. The referee is now having a word with Alvaro Arbiola. Kylian Mbappe having a word with the referee too. Vinicius Junior gave Real Madrid the lead on the 50th minute. Was immediately booked afterwards for a celebration in the corner of the field, directed straight towards the Benfica fans, incensing them further. Play was then went to resume, with Benfica ready to get things underway, but Vinicius Junior came charging away from Prestiani, straight towards the referee, and as it stands, is now still down in and around the dugout. We'll be seeing it finish at the same time as the Dortmund game at this rate, because I have absolutely no idea what is going on down there. all of the players in close counsel within their own dugouts. Truly interesting what is going on down there, with the referee trying to find some form of resolution. The players now coming onto the field. Otamendi and Mbappe are having a word with one another, fingers into each other's faces. This is extraordinary. Simply no idea what's happening. Prestiani, I've just seen a close-up here of the incident at hand. Prestiani's shirt is held over his face next to Vinicius Jr., who has burst towards the referee in an instant. And the referee, as soon as he heard what Vinicius Jr. had told him, Vinicius Jr. started to make his way towards the technical area and put his both arms up in the air, crossing his forearms in an X-like fashion. Truly unsure what is going on here at the Estadio de Luz, as play is still being halted. The Brazilian still protesting, just not entirely sure what is going on. No one really knows, aside from Prestiani and even Vinicius Jr. But we are still waiting for play to resume. As it stands, there is going to be a lengthy spell of time at the end of this game. Vinicius Jr. so quick to react to something that Prestiani has either said or done. Now, of course, there's a lot of history in the past with Vinicius Jr. being the unsavoury victim of some horrendous racist abuse. But we can't speculate anything whatsoever without knowing full well what's happened. With Prestiani saying something or doing something to trigger Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. letting his manager Jose Mourinho know. This game is now underway in Dortmund for their second half. Dortmund 2, Atalanta 0, Monaco 2, Paris Saint-Germain 2, finished 5-2 earlier, Galatasaray versus Juventus. And Vinicius Jr. is now on the field, just talking closely with his teammates. Well, we're going to have to keep a close eye on proceedings between Prestiani and Vinicius Jr. once play does resume. As players are now getting back into formation, there will easily be at least 10 minutes of time added at the end of this game, given what's happened here. And Mbappe still can't let something go. He's having a word with Barreiro. Again, it's starting to kick off. This game is starting to get truly out of hand. Well, Francois Le Texier is now going to have a word with Prestiani in the centre circle, with Otamendi, his captain, stood nearby. As we are just waiting to see what is going on here with this game. And Prestiani now moving away from the referee, with the referee having a word with the rest of the Benfica players that are surrounded. Some of the players are trying to get themselves warmed up and continue going. Vinicius Jr. having a word with Barreiro as well. As I think play might actually be about to resume. We are now back underway. It's been a 10-minute delay after Vinicius Jr. gave Real Madrid the lead on the 50th minute with a delightful right-footed finish, curling away from Truban, cutting into the right side of the box. And play is finally back underway, but the scene's unsavoury following it. And I have a feeling the intensity of this game, this has just kicked up a touch. It'll be a very interesting 10 minutes after this restart to see what the physical reaction is from the players, and in particular Prestiani and Vinicius Jr., because I think this could get ugly. But the ball has been played into Camavinga. 5 yards in towards the Benfica half, played up towards Carreras, left-hand side to Mbappe, charging away up the left side of the field, shielding the ball out now. Dejic deep in the corner of his own half, played up. Mbappe picking up once more, surrounded by Benfica players, but Benfica work well to clear the ball up that right-hand side. Hugen, first time to Carreras, midway into the Benfica half up the left-hand side of the field. The game is well and truly back underway. Valverde 1-2, receiving the ball once more, threaded up towards Carreras, left side of the box, in towards Mbappe. Goulet, edge of the area, edge of the spot, shot, deflection, and Benfica clearing. Goulet, first time swiping the ball at the first time of asking, as Dedic pumps the ball away, out of play for a Madrid throw-in, 10 yards into the Benfica half, up that left-hand side. Real Madrid looking to try and take this game away from Benfica now. That delightful finish on the 50th minute, marred by scenes of uncertain savoury shortly after it. But Real Madrid now back on the ball midway inside their own half. Camavinga short towards Carreras, breaking away, wonderful footwork from Carreras, switching a ball up this right-hand side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good touch on the halfway line. Short nearby towards Valverde, the captain, into the centre circle with Camavinga. Short to the left-hand side. Hujin carries the ball, threaded up, left side of the box to Carreras. Dinked into the middle to Vinicius Junior, but just behind the goal scorer as Benfica try and pass their way out of danger up that near further side of the field. Algenes switching out, but intercepted beautifully by Valverde. Short to Trent Alexander-Arnold, midway into the Benfica half, 5 yards from the right side of the penalty area. Valverde on the pass, across towards Tchouaméni, dead centre of the half now with Camavinga, short across towards Hujin. Hujin out to the left-hand side. Step overs from Vinicius Junior. Finding Carreras nearby again into the centre. Tchouaméni dinking the ball out to this right-hand side of the penalty area to Trent Alexander-Arnold. One touch back towards the captain Valverde. Camavinga upfield as well, looking to pick up on that pass laid on from Trent. Otamendi charging through the back of the Frenchman, and the Frenchman going through the back and giving away a free kick quite stupidly there. And it is going to be a free kick for Benfica just outside their left edge of the penalty area. With Camavinga going right through the back of the Argentinian. He knows a thing or two about winding up opposition players and winning free kicks from frustrations, as Algenes sends a long ball up, far too heavy of a ball on for Prestiani to chase. Courtois throwing out first time towards Carreras, played up to the halfway line towards Vinicius Junior, just carrying the ball back towards Dedic, edging closer. And the Benfica fans surrounding down that side of the field, just letting Vinicius Junior know that they're keeping a close eye on him as well. Vinicius Junior on the ball now, carrying the ball from the left-hand side, switching a ball long, but marshalled brilliantly from Roll. Roll now, carrying the cue now, Dahl up towards Scheidlup, left side, but a strong slide tackle down, swiped in from Valverde, and that one goes out for a throw-in right in front of Arvolo Arbiola and that technical area for Real Madrid. And it is going to be a throw-in for the visiting team. Valverde with that strong slide tackle down on Scheidlup, who looked to break away, as it's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold to take this throw-in. So Trent, that bright, dark ball held overhead with those white stars glistening, representing the competition, the one that they all want to win, the one that Madrid have won 15 times, Benfica the 2. One of their victories, though, against Real Madrid, 5-3 in Amsterdam back in 1962. Their last success in this tournament. Carreras towards the left side of the field, into the byline, ball into the box, but Barreiro standing tallest to try and carry that ball away himself. Heavy touch though, cheaply given away, as Mbappe looks to open up a pass towards Goulet, edge of the box. Strong tackle in though, coming back across to help is Rafa Silva. Slide tackle from Tchouaméni, getting the ball, leaving Pavlidis on the deck, and the Benfica players are furious surrounding the referee. Tchouaméni winning the ball but getting a lot of the player in the process. Pavlidis is back up to his feet. Camavinga now on the ball himself in the centre circle. If this game needed any more intensity, the physicality is certainly going to come full guns blazing now. Hujin, midway into the Benfica half, dinking out towards that left-hand touchline. Carreras played up towards Vinicius Junior, left side of the box towards the byline, driving run, dinking in the centre, deflection, ricochet, and that goes out for a goal kick for Benfica. Well, so far since the incident, Vinicius Junior and Prestiani not coming close to each other whatsoever on the field. It will be interesting to see what happens if those two come together, and especially in a moment of grave importance, but that's cheaply given away by Rafa Silva. Goulet short towards Camavinga, midway into the Benfica half, across towards Tchouaméni. Valverde then, centre of the half, played back towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. As Benfica are starting to chase this game a little bit more, which will be playing into the hands of the team from Madrid. Vinicius step overs from Camavinga, 15 yards from the left corner of the penalty area, short towards Tchouameni, who sends a long ball chipped out towards Trent. First time pass back towards the captain Valverde, midway inside the Benfica half. 1-2 back towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. To Rudiger, across the centre circle towards Huijsen. As Huijsen plays the ball back across the centre circle to this right-hand side. Trent now carrying the ball midway into the Benfica half. Wonderful run, deflected away though with that clearance. And back towards Tchouameni, easy to gather up for the Ukrainian. Well, we're now approaching the 67th minute, which would usually signal half of the second half gone, but that is certainly not the case. We will see plenty of time added on, 10 minutes I reckon at least, as we will soon see our first change of the evening for Benfica. It looks like Sudakov is going to be the one to come on shortly. Another Ukrainian for Benfica to bring on the Ukrainian international, Georgi Sudakov, on loan from Shakhtar Donetsk. As Madrid now have the ball yet again midway into that Benfica half, looking to maintain some serious pressure. Paris Saint-Germain now going 3-2 up, coming from behind to lead 3-2 now. Doué with his second goal. So the holders of the Champions League now back in leading fashion against Monaco away from home on the French Riviera. It's still Dortmund 2, Atalanta 0. That one the later kickoff, but will almost certainly finish at the same time. Now long ball played up the left-hand side, and Mbappe coming into the left edge of the penalty area, jinking towards the byline, Dejic shielding away, and Arroyo coming over to offer some help as well. Short pass up to that right-hand side of the field, cutting back across. Wonderful footwork. Brilliant that as Benfica look to break away. Played up towards Rafa Silva. Foot waste with Rudiger. Rafa Silva, right side of the box. Played back across the penalty area. Heavy ball on, but Scheidlup keeps it alive. Coming in, left side of the box to the byline. Ding dong across, deflection as Rudiger heads the ball away. Not quite convincingly though. Tchouameni finishing off the remainder of those defensive duties. Dahl. Short towards Auchnez, in towards Barrero in the centre of the Madrid half. Played up towards Scheidlup, 15 yards from the left corner of the penalty area. Benfica with a rare spell of a chance in the Madrid third. Barrero across to Arroyo, 10 yards outside the penalty area, played up to the right side of the box towards Dejic. Dejic cutting in, back across, Rafa Silva in towards Pavlidis, back to the goal, and Huijsen stands tallest to clear the ball away. Benfica looking to maintain this short spell of pressure, but Trent Alexander-Arnold threading the ball up to Valverde, midway inside of his own half, carrying the ball up towards that centre circle. Played back towards Camavinga, played out towards Vinicius Jr., now the goal scorer on the 50th minute, midway inside the Benfica half, slowing things down, waiting for numbers to come up in Madrid blue. Huijsen with the ball now in the centre circle, the intensity amping up more and more. Benfica behind. Vinicius Jr. on the 50th minute with a stunning right-footed finish, curling away from Anthony Tchouameni. As Goulet plays in the centre towards Tchouameni, midway inside that Benfica half, finding his fellow French teammate in Camavinga. Huijsen now on the ball up that left-hand side. Comfortable passing between defence and midfield in this second half, in particular for the visiting team from Madrid. Huijsen threading up to Carreras, wonderful pass. Carreras looking to keep the pressure on Arroyo, cutting back towards his own byline. Dinked pass up to Dejic, cheaply given away though. Vinicius Jr. coming in towards the penalty area from the left-hand side. Chipped ball up to Mbappe, but headed away by Otamendi. Not quite dealt with. Vinicius Jr. struck first time, but easily saved there by Tchouameni down to his right. Vinicius Jr. looking for back-to-back braces. Benfica now with a chance to potentially get the ball up this near side. Turn beautiful from Dahl, away from the pressure of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Sudakov has been waiting, ready to go on that side of the field for a fair number of minutes now, so still waiting to come on will be Georgi Sudakov. But now Benfica, Arroyo charging into the Madrid half, ball up to the right side of the penalty area. Dejic first time into the box, Prestiani, and a heavy touch though as Huijsen clears the ball up and away to the right-hand side. Vinicius Jr. keeps the ball in play, shielded by Barrero, passed off towards Goulet. Goulet now carrying the ball himself up towards the halfway line. Played into the centre circle with Valverde. Short pass back with Goulet, once more switching over to the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold up towards Mbappe, who looks to use his pace to break away, but marshalled well by Dahl. As Benfica now have a chance again to work their way upfield. But Madrid sharp to shut down so far. Auschnes played out to the right-hand side towards Dejic, midway in towards the Madrid half. Up the right-hand side. Short inside towards Prestiani, shallow pass, but Prestiani still with the ball, cutting into the penalty area. Pavlidis looking to dink the ball up towards Rafa Silva, but given away cheaply yet again. No real intent on having a go on the goal, as now Madrid look to break. Goulet played up the left-hand channel towards Vinicius Junior, level with the left side of the box, cutting inside. Barrero standing shielding. Vinicius Junior into the box, wonderful for Vinicius Junior inside, and that one has gone out for a corner. Shot from towards the near post, but Truban parrying the ball away. Breathless stuff so far in this game since that restart. Vinicius Junior just looking to dink the ball into this near post, but Truban marshalling well. As we wait to see if the change will finally come for Benfica. Georgai Sudakev patient in the process. We await to see the change waiting to be made. But the corner might be ready to come in first of all. The corner will be coming in though first. Up that left-hand side, ball in towards the centre of the penalty area over everyone. Mbappe though picking up on the ball right side of the box. Step over, Mbappe played back across, but Barrero reads it well enough, heading the ball away from danger. Trent takes no chances whatsoever, humping the ball all the way back towards Courtois, midway inside of the Madrid half. We are into the final 20 minutes of the regulation 90. Still plenty of time though to be added on after that, as Camavinga carries the ball brilliantly to the right side of the penalty area. But the step over not quite matching that whatsoever, straight towards Auschnes. Camavinga looks to redeem himself but gives away cheaply again. Benfica now, Scheidler up towards Pavlidis, left side of the penalty area of Madrid. No one in helping though, surrounded by players in bright blue. Valverde coming back, tracking beautifully and getting in the way, but it is going to be a throw-in for Benfica, level with the 18-yard area on this nearer side. We will see now those two changes for Benfica. Rafa Silva, he will be coming off. So Rafa Silva coming off for Richard Rios. So Rios on, signed from Palmeiras in the summer. And it is also going to be Scheidler making his way off for Sudakov. Pavlidis now almost certainly playing like the lone striker himself. So Rios and Sudakov on, with Scheidler and Rafa Silva off. The first changes of the evening for either side. As Benfica chasing this game here at the Estadio de Luz. The score 1-0 to Real Madrid, taking the lead on the 50th minute through Vinicius Junior. A delightful right-footed finish beyond Truban. Ball threaded up there to Rios. First pass out towards Sudakov, left side of the penalty area. Jinking away now the new man on the field, the two substitutes connecting. Sudakov in towards Auschnes, left side of the box, played up to the byline. Sudakov keeping the ball alive, but Trent shielding, putting pressure on in that corner of the near side of the field. And Sudakov can't thread the ball in, marshalled beautifully by Trent as Vinicius Junior rolls the ball up. Barrero sliding in to put the pressure on. Benfica scrambling back, but doing well to get the ball back towards Dahl. Dahl into the centre circle with Barrero, short across towards Rios, immediately in the thick of things since coming on. Played out to the right-hand side towards Dedic. 15 yards from the right corner, carrying the ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Dedic with the shot from range, deflected but not quite dealt with instead, as Madrid finding it easy so far in the game, dealing with any pressure in their third. No real chances of threat. Long ball played up from Trent, marshalled by Otamendi as Barrero gets there first, played up to the right-hand side, deflection. And that's going to be a throw-in for Benfica, 10 yards into the Madrid half up the right-hand side. 75 minutes of the game gone. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 1. That goal on the 50th minute from Vinicius Junior. But then unsavoury scenes afterwards, stopping play for a large spell. So surely at least 10 minutes of time to be added on at the end of this game into the realms of that 98th minute possibility. Dedic though, right-hand side of the field towards Prestiani, turning away from Camavinga, right side of the box, back towards Dedic, towards Auschnes. Shallow pass again though, catching the referee with the clearance. The referee having to now to stop play, and it will be a drop ball situation from the referee as Tchouameni just clears the ball away. Some of the passes for Benfica when breaking into the final third, they've not been convincing enough. They feel uncertain, and in particular Courtois having a relatively easy night of it. No major chances of any form of threat. Pavlidis not yet with any opportunity to have a go at Courtois. And that is exactly how Real Madrid would have wanted this, but that's a wonderful ball played long for Vinicius Junior to chase, but Otamendi gets there first to Truban. Long ball played up in towards the Madrid half, over the head of Pavlidis, straight towards Tchouameni. But Benfica regaining possession now with Auschnitz, 5 yards inside of his own half, short into the centre circle with Barreiro. As Barreiro plays the ball shallow up towards Dahl. Rios again getting plenty of touches since coming on, turning away across the centre circle with a pass out towards Arroyo, midway into the Madrid half. And a poor ball played up that right-hand side beyond both Pavlidis and Prestiani, going out easily for a goal kick for Real Madrid. So just the two changes made in this first half for the home side. Scheidler and Rafa Silva off for Rios and Sudakov. So we await to see if any further changes will come as we're nearing the 80th minute of the game. Rudiger now with the ball outside of his own penalty area. Long ball played up this right-hand side to nobody. As Dahl turns well and away from Mbappe, slipping underfoot, very much to the delight of some of the Benfica fans surrounding there, sending the Frenchman onto the deck. Arroyo played up the right-hand side. Pavlidis now looking to keep the ball alive, and does, just about up towards Prestiani, towards that right side of the penalty area, inside the box, played back down, and that one's adjudged to have potentially been an offside. And it is going to be a free kick for simulation, in fact, given to Prestiani, who felt that he was pulled down in the penalty area. Well, I'm sure VAR will have a look at this, but the ball had definitely gone out of play right in front of the assistant on that near side. So yet again, if this one is actually deemed to be a foul, it won't go for a penalty because the ball was quite clearly out of play right by the assistant who was running alongside. But Prestiani, well, his name enters the referee's book, feigning that foul there and that connection from Camavinga. Well, the ball would have gone out of play anyway. Pavlidis couldn't quite keep the ball alive, so if anything had come from that, they would have pulled it back. And it would have started play again with a throw-in for Madrid. But this is going to be a free kick for Madrid, almost from a goal kick position for that dive from Prestiani in the penalty area. As Madrid 1-0 in front, but they will look for some way to extend that lead. Vinicius Junior left side of the box, cutting in, shot again from Vinicius Junior. Truban parries the ball away. Vinicius Junior looking for the brace, and for Madrid's second. As that one is deflected away for a Benfica throw-in deep in their own half on this near side. Still Dortmund 2, Atalanta 0. Paris Saint-Germain 3-2 up now away from home against 10-man Monaco. Vinicius Junior that time just couldn't quite curl that right-footed effort away from Truban, which he did so delightfully on the 15th minute, as Lopez Cabral is the next change to make their way in by the way of Auschnitz. So Sidney Lopez Cabral, signed from Estrella recently in the winter transfer window. As it will be Dahl to take this throw in deep in the corner of their own field. We're going to see some even further changes from Jose Mourinho, throwing plenty of players in reserve onto the field. And Prestiani now makes his way towards the dugout, receiving a round of applause from the fans surrounding. And it is going to be Luke Bacchio who is going to be coming on. Luque Bacchio. So 4 changes made in relatively short period of time for Jose Mourinho. Yet to be any changes made for Real Madrid. As that ball now on the halfway line, Hugen first time pumping the ball long and away and going out for a Benfica goal kick into the final 10 minutes of the regulation 90. But we all know that it's going to extend well beyond this. There's still at least 20 minutes to go in this game. as the ball has been played up by Barreiro. Another chance to clear the ball up high into the Lisbon air. Huijsen gets there first though. Cabral now with his first touch, carrying the ball midway in towards the Madrid half. Edge of the area, shot from range, but always carrying as it caught up on the bounce, going out for a Real Madrid goal kick. An audacious effort, and again plenty of those. Courtois still yet to be truly tested this evening here in Lisbon. He's found it relatively easy going, and bringing Rudiger nearby to take this goal kick short, rolled towards Courtois. Courtois, his dark Real Madrid goalkeeper kit of black and white, matching that of the ball currently at his bright yellow feet. Played across towards Rudiger, right side of the penalty area. Trent Alexander-Arnold played up towards Valverde, shielding away. Beautiful flick on from Valverde. Excellent but cheaply given away that time though. Barreiro now, midway inside of the Madrid half, left side of the penalty area. Valverde coming across, swiping the ball away. And that one deflected even and going out for a Madrid throw-in on the halfway line on this near side. Jose Mourinho not showing his best touch and skill there as he couldn't quite keep that ball upwards and away from his foot. Sitting right back down sheepishly in the dugout. I don't blame him either. Not renowned for his footballing ability physically, Jose Mourinho, but technically and tactically absolutely so. Trent Alexander-Arnold now will take this throw in for Real Madrid. Long up the right-hand side. Valverde to chase, pulling down on Dahl, and that is going to be a free kick for Benfica, midway inside their own half, up this near side. And actually Valverde there, from what I've seen, has just swiped an arm up at Dahl. I'm sure there's nothing too much going from it, but this game, as said, after the incident when the goal was scored from Vinicius Jr., could have boiled over. I'm quite surprised that it hasn't just yet. But as we get towards the business end of this game, there really is every chance that that could happen when everything gets that little bit more desperate. Rios picking up on that throw-in from Dedic, played up towards Luke Bilbao up that right-hand side. Strong tackle down for Barreiro. Benfica now midway inside that Madrid half. Sudakov trying to shield the ball away as it's been pumped away from Rudiger, taking no chances, the big German. And that one goes out for a Benfica throw-in on the halfway line on that further side of the field. Dedic thrown inside towards Rios. Still fully in the swing of things since coming on around 10 minutes ago. Barreiro 1-2 with Dedic. Poor pass back. Arroyo can't keep the ball alive, but it did deflect off the Madrid player, going out for a throw-in, thrown back towards Truban. Mbappe highest up to put the pressure on. Truban, long ball, played up the right-hand side, but marshalled well enough by Carreras. Barreiro, though, picking up on the header inside to Pavlidis. Pavlidis, good ball played out to this left-hand side now. Cabral, left edge of the box, cutting back across. Edge of the penalty area towards Rios. Shot from range but caught from behind, and the referee will give a free kick here for Benfica around 3 yards from the right side of the D. And a free kick and a good opportunity, and Mourinho immediately up off his technical area straight towards the fourth official, Jeremy Pignard. Not entirely sure what he had seen there, but Cabral plays a ball across towards Diaz, and I think it was Vinicius Jr. who actually went behind. So I think that he's looking for a second yellow card on the Brazilian. And they are usually given us second yellow cards. And Jose Mourinho, well, receiving a yellow card himself from the referee, and now receiving a red card. So Jose Mourinho has had 2 quick yellow cards in succession. He will now be suspended for the game at the Bernabeu as he trudges down the tunnel. So a coach for Benfica has been sent off, as has Jose Mourinho, who makes his way now up into the stand, sitting directly above the Benfica technical area. in pure Jose Mourinho fashion, he felt that Vinicius Jr. should have got a second yellow card for that foul from behind on Rios on the edge of the penalty area. Continued to have a go with the referee. 2 quick yellow cards turned into 1 big old straight red. This game just keeps on getting more and more bizarre as it goes on. And yet, we are going to have more time added on. I'm thinking 15 minutes, I reckon. I hope you're sitting comfortably. I've had to reassess my seat, but we have seen a change now made. Arda Güler is coming off for Brahim Diaz. So Real Madrid finally making their first change. Brahim Diaz got on for Arda Güler. But a free kick in a good position here for Benfica. What a time to score this would be as well. And Diaz's first action since coming on is to become the draft excluder for that four-man Real Madrid wall. And so this free kick, around 18 yards from the goal, and Mbappe now receiving a yellow card. Some of the players have got to be careful here, because after giving that quick 2 yellow cards and the red to Jose Mourinho, I think the referee is now in no mood for anything else to get away from him in this game. And the referee now is coming forward here just to put the invisible spray down. Brahim Diaz is still patiently laying down there. Calvin Klein modelling at its finest from the Moroccan since coming on. But it is going to be the free kick now finally being taken. Sudakov is stood over this free kick. They're stepping up now, shot, deflected, over the wall and just over the bar. Oh, and Courtois was scrambling backwards from that deflection over from the wall. Coming off of the head of Carreras, I believe, and that one is going to go out for a corner for Benfica. And it was Lopez Cabral who took that free kick, coming straight off of the forehead of Carreras, and Courtois stepping backwards, falling under himself. But the corner now for Benfica, coming in from the further channel, swung away from the penalty area, headed away by Valverde, getting there first. Cabral keeping the ball alive with the ball played back towards Arroyo. Arroyo, ball in towards that penalty area. Courtois rising highest, those big long Belgian arms of his, getting onto the ball, clutching it out of the air. And then rolling the ball short towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, right-hand side of his own penalty area. Played up this right-hand side towards Valverde, 10 yards behind the halfway line. As we are now just 2 minutes away from finding out what number is going to be risen by the fourth official, Jeremy Pignard. I'm going to go for 14 minutes myself. I think it could be 14 minutes. Plenty of time still for Benfica to find a leveller, but even more time for Real Madrid to try and truly take this game away from the home team. Rudiger, short to Trent Alexander-Arnold, long ball played out of his half into the Benfica one up this right-hand side. Otamendi dinking the ball poorly out though towards Dahl, throw in for Madrid, midway inside the Benfica half up this near side. Arbeloa closely patrolling that technical area. Jose Mourinho sat directly behind the dugout, sent off just moments ago for 2 yellow cards for protesting towards the referee and the fourth official. Trent Alexander-Arnold launches a long throw all the way back towards Hugen, who switches the ball across towards Camavinga, just outside of his own centre circle. To Carreras. Long ball played up the left-hand side of the field. Vinicius Junior, the goal scorer, to chase. Arroyo gets there first. Heavy touch, pumped up the right-hand side. Only as far as Carreras handling the ball. And it is going to be a Benfica free kick midway inside their own half. It's taken now quickly towards Sudakov. Sudakov short towards Dahl, left side of the field, cutting back inside towards Barreiro. Barreiro to Dahl, one heavy poor pass back there, but fortunately Otamendi was nearby with Mbappe was looming, looking to get on the ball, but now Sudakov has the ball midway into the Madrid half, coming in from the left into the centre, ball led to the area, Pavlidis 1-2 towards Sudakov, Pavlidis again, Rios edge of the box, played inside, Beric, back, ball across, but cleared away by Rudiger, getting himself ahead of there before Pavlidis could connect, and there's going to be 12 minutes of time added on. Arroyo wins the ball, played up, but Carreras marshalling well, carrying the ball away himself, midway inside their own half, up the right-hand side of the field. Vinicius Junior now, carrying the ball away, brilliant from the Brazilian, and winning a free kick. This free kick to be around 15 yards into the Benfica half up the left-hand side. The Benfica fans up on their feet, angry towards Vinicius Junior, felt that he'd feigned this one away from Dedic. But it is going to be a free kick for Real Madrid. That's taken quickly. Hugen across the centre circle towards Valverde. 1-2 back towards the captain. Played out to this right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold up towards Brahim Diaz. His first few touches since being relieved from draft excluder duty. Benfica, though, regaining possession. Pressure under from Brahim Diaz, giving the ball away. Rios now off the halfway line, carrying the ball slowly into the Madrid half, waiting for numbers to come up in Benfica red. Ball out towards Cabral, right side of the box, cutting inside now. Ball, deflection, out for a corner for Benfica. Luca Bacchio charging up the fans that are surrounding in that corner, looking for more from the team, from the fans in the stands. Can be a lively place, this one, and they're going to need that intensity to try and carry them towards an equaliser. So this corner to be taken on the right-hand side, right-footed ball, poor inside, not able to clear Valverde at the near post, who clears the ball away first time. Vinicius Junior looking to win the foot race and does get there first and wins a free kick, who is fouled at the back from Sudakov. Sudakov receiving a yellow card for his troubles for tripping up the Brazilian from breaking away. So this to be a free kick for Real Madrid, 10 yards inside their own half, up that left-hand side. We are into added time in Monaco, still 3-2 to Paris Saint-Germain, still 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund at home against Atalanta. Still 10 minutes to go of the regulation 90 in that one. And the score here, Benfica 0, Real Madrid 1. Vinicius Junior finding the lead on the 50th minute with a delightfully struck right-footed effort beyond Antolai Truban. So it looks like we're going to see another change coming for Real Madrid, and it looks like it is going to be the young man Thiago Petriarch coming on for his first taste of first-team football for Real Madrid in any competition. What a way to mark it as well, here in this massive first leg tie. The second leg kicking off next Wednesday evening at the Bernabeu, and as it stands, Madrid will be taking a 1-0 lead to their famous home. The away goals rule scrapped a few years ago, so fortunately enough for Benfica, that one still is within some grasp. Otamendi, ball played up towards Luca Bacchio, but cheaply given away. Hugen now carries the ball out of his own half into the Benfica one. Up the left-hand side, midway inside, ball threaded up to Mbappe, left side of the box, foot in from Arroyo, and that's going to go out for a Real Madrid corner up the left-hand side. So Arroyo comes scrambling back to get there ahead of the Frenchman. Nervy times here for the home team. If they can keep this to 1, it's still very much within their reach back at the Bernabeu, as Camavinga will be the man to make his way off for Thiago Petriarch. Petriarch making his senior Real Madrid debut. Camavinga, the man being replaced. He's a central midfielder by trade, a Spanish under-20 as well. He was on the bench for their game against Juventus in the league phase, as Thiago Petriarch comes on to make his senior Real Madrid debut. A player that has featured on the bench a few times in La Liga as well, and now a chance for him to get some minutes under his belt with some of the elites of world football. But this to be a free corner now taken, up the right-hand side, to be swung in towards that penalty area from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Right-footed ball, that left arm raised, crowded 6-yard area. Tchouameni now having a word, and something has been thrown. It looks like a phone has been thrown from the crowd. The referee stopping play. It really is unsavoury, this game. It's finished Monaco have lost 3-2 at home to Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but the referee's now bringing it to this near side of the field. I think it might even be a vape. And it is a vape. It's a large-looking one as well. The referee now bringing it over and giving it to one of the technical team here at the Estadio de Luz. That came from behind the goal, where Real Madrid are now about to take this corner. This really has been an ugly game, an ugly end to this game as well. And Otamendi now having a word with Vinicius Junior. Things now growing a bit more unsavoury as we have entered 5 minutes of the 12. Swung in towards that penalty area. Truban easy to pick up that ball himself. Trying to find a way to get the ball long. Pumped long up for Luca Bacchio to try and chase. But Carreras, good clearance away, up towards Tchouameni, swinging the ball back up into a dangerous area. Benfica clearing up to Cabral, midway into the Madrid half up this left-hand side, cutting in from the touchline. Ball in towards Sudakov, heavy touch though. Carreras looks to get there, but Sudakov turning well enough. Still with the ball at feet. Left-hand side of the box towards Cabral yet again. Short, played back towards Dahl, midway inside the half. Ball edge of the area from Sudakov. Are they going to find one shot on opportunity, Benfica? Played back across, but again refusing to have a shot on the goal, venting their frustrations, and now Real Madrid have a chance to break. Mbappe carrying the ball midway into the Benfica half, short to the left-hand side of the penalty area. Vinicius Junior in the box, turning away from the pressure of Arroyo, and waiting for players to come up again in blue, shielding that ball away from Arroyo. Excellent composure from Vinicius Junior, beautiful footwork as well, with a cheeky no-look pass back towards Carreras in plenty of space. We are now over halfway through this minimum 12 minutes of time added on. Hujang getting involved in the tricks and the flair himself in plenty of space, mind you, as Dani Carvajal looks ready to come on. The experienced head that you need to try and see this one home. As Dani Carvajal is going to more than want to match the level of leadership and experience that Benfica have in Nicolas Otamendi. Pitarch, his first few touches in a Madrid senior shirt. Short pass out towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Rudiger, 1-2 with Diaz from Valverde in the middle of the centre circle. Pitarch now switching the ball out to that left-hand side. Mbappe, cute tuck and turn away. Midway into the Benfica half. Slowing things down a little bit more, waiting for Benfica players to come onto him. Tchouameni, 1-2 with Pitarch again. Pitarch once more picks up on that ball just outside the centre circle. Pitarch just going through the basics, not trying to be too ambitious or brave, as he should be. With the talent surrounding him, just build yourself into the game and into the team as well, and he's doing just that, and brilliantly too. Carreras now midway inside of his own half, short in the middle to Tchouameni. Tchouameni carrying the ball up into the Benfica half. Great run this from the Frenchman. Midway inside that Benfica half now, short to that left-hand side towards Vinicius Junior. More than happy to just stop everything in its tracks. We've got 4 minutes minimum remaining now of the 12. As Valverde now has the ball midway inside of the Benfica half, turning away, almost feigning interest in booking into the Benfica third. But then every single time, Madrid are more than happy to cut back and keep the ball in space, as Vinicius Junior is pulled back cheaply by Dedic. And so that is going to be a free kick midway inside the Benfica half. As Carreras now is being made to walk around the perimeter of the field. He has been replaced by Dani Carvajal. The armband from Valverde handed towards the longest serving player for Real Madrid since 2013. Missed large spells of the season with injury. And their leader, their ever-present Dani Carvajal, takes the armband and will try and lead his team back to Madrid with a vital one-goal lead. And dare they even think of adding another to keep things a little bit cosier and sweeter for next Wednesday night. Hujang, ball played across the penalty area for Madrid to Rudiger, played back towards Courtois. Benfica players still not quite committing fully up enough as yet, as Courtois sends a long ball up into the Benfica half. Arroyo ahead of Vinicius Junior, as Tchouameni looks to get there first, but Rios comes across well, working well since coming on. Rios plays a short pass back further across towards Lopez Cabral. 1-2 with Dahl off the halfway line across that centre circle, still inside their own half. Arroyo playing a ball just about out wide towards Dedic. Mbappe looking to put pressure on himself as well as Pitarch. Otamendi, the captain, now has the ball 10 yards into the Madrid half. Ball up this left-hand side towards Cabral, hugging the left-hand touchline. Ball in towards the box, but no one there to get it. Rolling away for Dani Carvajal, played up towards Luca Bacchio, as Luca Bacchio looks to put the pressure under the man, and wonderful shielding of play. That's what experience counts for from your charismatic leader in Dani Carvajal, as that one goes out for a goal kick for Real Madrid. That is exactly why Arbeloa has brought him on the field, to show exactly how to get this job done from a player who is a serial winner from a team that is filled with them. There's going to be a goal kick then for Benfica. Vinicius Junior and Otamendi still having words with one another. Argentina versus Brazil in this one as well, just to throw further spice into the mixture. That ball goes out for a Benfica throw-in midway inside their own half up this near side. We're now approaching the final minute of the minimum 12. Is there one final say in this game in terms of a goal? Played long from Trent Alexander, left-hand side of the box towards Mbappe, shielded by a couple of Benfica players, still jinking towards the byline. Wonderful footwork, cleared away, and that is going to go out for a corner for Real Madrid, and they sure are going to take their time with this one as we are into the final minute of the 12. So this corner to be taken on the right-hand side that I'm sure Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to come over to have a look at. Vinicius Junior now over as well, receiving plenty of aggravation from the Benfica fans in that corner. Real Madrid are taking their time with this, and I think that the referee is insisting that he will add time on at the end of this, so we're going to see even more. Trent Alexander coming over. Vinicius Junior, I think he knows what he's doing. Vinicius Junior, he is stood right in the corner of that field. He's now looking to the fans who are goading him. Cups are now starting to fly. Everything is becoming unsavoury once again. There is surely going to be another 2 or 3 minutes at the end of this game to be added on. But Trent Alexander-Arnold and Vinicius Junior are both currently stood over this corner, ready to be taken. And it has been well over a minute since the ball went out of play for the corner. The referee now is having a word with Vinicius Junior. And I'm sure that the patience is starting to run truly thin. As Vinicius Junior, well, had a bottle hit the back of his head. This is really getting quite unsavoury. And I'm sure that UEFA are going to have to say something to Benfica's officials about the fans and what they've done tonight, because it really is quite ugly. They're incensed behind Vinicius Junior in the corner of that field, the goal scorer of a superb finish on the 50th minute that has made the difference. Trent Alexander-Arnold into the box as Truban punches the ball away. And is there a chance now for Benfica to try and break? Pavlidis midway inside of his own half, but a poor ball played out towards that right side of the box. Mbappe carrying the ball into the penalty area, played back across, not quite dealt with though, as Brahim Diaz comes charging him himself. And there goes the referee's whistle for full time. And it is finished here. Benfica 0, Real Madrid 1. On what has been a truly dramatic evening, more so in terms of things happening around the game itself. Vinicius Junior on the 50th minute, striking a delightful right-footed effort beyond Anatole Truban.